It is a beautiful night for football here in the Midwest as we are at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City, Missouri. Coming in.
Welcome to one of the NFL's signature venues, Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Tonight, a good one here in the AFC. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. Tyler Luke is out and about ready to send this one away. And we're off from Arrowhead. Fielded at the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. Mahomes starting off with a throw. His first offering of the game winds up incomplete. Looking for Travis Kelce that time. So it'll be 2nd down.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. It's a gain of 12 there, and it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st down throw, Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Pride connected with Xavier Worthy there. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Throwing again, Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And that stops him after a solid gain.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Back to the air, Mahomes. Got a man, and Kelsey has it. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. He gets him inside the 40. That's a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Throw finds Jamar Chase. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. They pick the handoff. Now Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. On the draw, it's Pacheco. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
10 yards to go.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
That's some tremendous study right there. That linebacker, it was almost as if he was in the other team's huddle and knew what was coming. He read his keys, he pulled the trigger, and he makes a tackle for loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. The throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. Anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
It's Pacheco on 3rd. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Chiefs finish up an excellent opening series. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Butker on now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Jukes one defender. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's taken to the ground after a nice push downfield.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
1st and 10 from the 41. As a man, Justin Jefferson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield strike.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. So now they have 3rd and short.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He fires one deep down the middle. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Chiefs take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
Drive begins with a run by Pacheco. That run good for a handful as it brings up 2nd down.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
2nd down at the 15-yard line.
1st down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Right back to Pacheco. And he will not get the first, but oh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down. Throwing from the gun here. It's caught. Chase has it. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
All set up now for 1st and 10. To the air, Mahomes. Fired in there and caught. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
You know, kid, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll get this up the middle to Pacheco. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That's Odafe Oweh with a stop.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. He finds Pacheco out of the backfield. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They're set up at the 35 now. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Slot man motioned over. Off play action, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Worthy, right side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Timeout taken at second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Going to be play number 9 of this drive, and we could see a 10th if they can get a yard here on third down. Another throw for Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout, and that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Again, Mahomes to throw. Short pass brought in. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling the preseason game. And Pete Carroll was there. He said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
From the 44 here on second down. Finds the in route complete. And he's brought down at about that 47-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Butker on now to kick this one away. Turn. Here's Tyreek Hill. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Draw now. This is Henry. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Running once more with Henry. Oh, he trucked that defender. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Going to the ground again on first. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That's George Karlaftis who got there for the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Changing it up here, Jackson. Caught by Flowers. They're on him as he gets it up to the 47. Something he does so well, Nick Bolton making the stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. He felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Now Jackson on third down. That one's caught by Jefferson. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. From the gun, a run for Henry. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up. And then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Jackson finds him over the middle. And this makes it to around the 43-yard line. Up down by Fred Warner.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
This is going to be play number 8 of this drive as they set up for 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Taken in by Hill, right side. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route for man coverage.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call for the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Lamar now from the gun. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Back to throw it. He lofts it deep left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on third downs. They want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
Down a score. They're going to go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. This finds its target. That's Hill. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens now trail by just a point in the 4th. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Wow, Brock, hard to imagine a more effective play in their entire playbook for that particular spot right there.
You know, you get in this red zone, Kate, you want the ball in the hands of the guys you do trust the most to score. In a lot of cases, well, you trust your quarterback, and all he did was add to that trust.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down just inside the 25. The Chiefs offense set to take over again.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Gives a good check to start the drive. Looks like they're giving about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Play action, Mahomes. He puts some power on a deep one left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two, it could have gone the other way.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Looking to throw. Down the field, Evans has it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Well, bless his heart. Where some quarterbacks look off double coverage and check it down, this guy just attacks it head on. And why wouldn't he if he's capable of beating it for that kind of result?
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Second down run by Pacheco. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. After a man jumps, they come up 2nd and 5 to go. Running it after the penalty. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Incomplete to start the new set of downs. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. And now they face 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. Launches one deep downfield. He's got it inside the 10. Stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Pacheco. On that run, they stand strong and stop him at the 2. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Setting up to pass. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Harrison Butker out now. He knows how big this try is. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. That one is good. And late in the 4th, they have grabbed
getting this job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Counts on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Hill now to return it. Escapes a defender. And he's stopped on the run back at the 27. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. Just picks up the 1st down, too.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Move slated downs to approach here from the 40. Back to throw. Juke the defender. He's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. 1st down throw for Jackson. Completed over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Has him on a quick hitter. And he's taken down at the 30. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Time not on their side here as they get set for 1st down. No timeouts remaining either. Lamar throwing again. This one's taken in by Hill. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So now the field goal unit runs on in a very big spot. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Looking good, and it's through. And in the final moments, they have tied this game.
Overtime rested on his leg, Kate, and he got the job done. And now, well, if things go a specific way in OT, the next time we see him line up, it could be for the game winner.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And it goes for a touchback, so time enough for 1, maybe 2 final plays here. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And there's enough time left that you can't call it impossible. They're going to need a heck of a play downfield to get in range for a possible game winner. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Short pass brought in. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Well, Brock, 4 quarters, couldn't decide a winner. And now we're set up for an exciting conclusion to this contest. Overtime is coming up next. So starting this year, we've got some new rules in place for overtime, Brock. Both teams now guaranteed a chance to possess the football in overtime of any game, not just the playoffs. So an opening drive touchdown, no longer an instant game winner. Got to be able to make a stop, too. It's a new look to NFL overtime. Let's see how this plays out as we get underway with some bonus football. Here's a return from the 7. Some pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. First throw of overtime now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Kind of a curious call there, Kate, because the passing game, it's not worked real well for them in regulation, and that operation, that wasn't good enough either.
Tight end going in motion here. This is Henry on 2nd. And they find them after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Throwing the out route complete. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun, Jackson. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Out of the gun, Henry. He's going to work in that for a couple here. It's 3rd down now.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's able to hit Flowers, caught. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Lamar now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Blitz coming here. Jackson connects on the crosser. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Jackson's going to throw again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So it's second down coming up.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. And again, it's Jackson. That's likely on a quick slant. And he's short the first after a mile gain. And now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second, as they'll be left with just one more to work with here in OT. Their first drive of OT is on the ropes, Brock. It's 3rd and 5. They've got a man in motion. Now to throw. This finds its target. That's Hill. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Trying to run with Henry. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Ravens go up by 6. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Now for the extra point and a 7-point lead to defend here in overtime. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7.
Chiefs 10.
Well, in past years, this game would have been over on that score. But starting this year, their opponents get to respond as we are back underway. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Kansas City offense set to take the field.
At their own 26-yard line.
All right, going empty as they come to the line. It's 1st and 10. Now he gets a shot here in overtime. Taking in over the middle, it's Evans. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And that'll leave them with just one remaining in overtime. This entire game hinges on them finding the end zone, Brock, as they come up on 2nd down. And they're running the option, short side. It's a pickup up 11. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll have none remaining in OT. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Oh, big interception here. And the Ravens set the big return onto that pick. Look at this, they've got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. When to pass Giants, that opening touchdown would have won it for them on the spot, but not anymore, baby. They needed not just the score, they needed a stop on the other end, too, before they could leave here with that victory.
Ultimate team, right? Together,
Yep.
everyone achieves more. In the old day, that coin toss was often the deciding factor, not anymore. Now it took their defensive effort as well. It's why that locker room celebration, because it's a whole team, is going to be so darn sweet.
With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scotts. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Kansas City.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL on this fine afternoon brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Nifty move. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Found a little room there as he's out to about the 37. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now Jackson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 8. Barkley, inside handoff. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. He'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3 and out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That's big Cameron Hayward adding another sack to his career total.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing is Jackson. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 65 yards. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. As a former DB, you might not like to see them, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. How many speed limits out there? And off he went. But I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Hurts. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Up the middle with Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Barkley going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard down a little bit more, so that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Sheds off the tackle. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
From just shy of midfield, Hurts. And he's got some space here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had it.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. His short throw caught by Goddard. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now 2nd and 3. Back to throw again. Gets, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts from 17 yards out. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits were on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Jackson from the shotgun. Gets this one to Hill. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
For a Baltimore Raven. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
But somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
Now it's Jackson. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be fourth down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. A first down carry for Barkley. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get behind the line of scrimmage and hand them big losses. So when he got that opportunity, he certainly made it a memorable one.
Now on second and 16. Hurts. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So 8 yards on the completion there. 3rd and 7 now. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
This will go to Henry out wide. So the completion gets him just a yard. And it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll toss it to Henry. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They're losing here in the third quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
And while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was a place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. They hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away, trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Henry up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. From the gun on third down, Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Here's Jackson. Connecting with Hill.
Just too many short underneath throws. They've got to get the ball downfield.
And in a hurry.
Brings up second down at the 32-yard line.
Second and 6 coming up. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Jackson completes this to Jefferson. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. They'll try and run forward Barkley. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback, the ability to run the ball fearlessly. And, in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. He's got Henry. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Jackson.
Jackson's pass. Complete to Derrick Henry. A 6-yard pickup.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.